Hi, hello, and welcome to the 25th episode of the Whips and Whimsy podcast. My name is Zenith. My pronouns are they, them. I am so happy that you are here with me. Today is Saturday, September 20th. It has been kind of a long week. In fact, it's been such a long week that I left my tea over there. So I'm going to be right back. Hello again. I am here with a lovely little cup of a new tea. It is Purple Alchemy. I picked it up yesterday in Salem at a new to me tea store called Deal Marcus, which is, I'm kind of a tea snob. Like self-proclaimed, I'm a tea snob. And so I thought I knew all the tea places in Salem. It turns out I didn't. And this one is the fanciest one. I walked in, I literally said, oh no. I didn't do too bad. I only brought 3 kinds of tea home. Of course, then I also stopped at Artemisia. Got 3 more kinds of tea yesterday. Oops. Anyway, this is in a teacup that my boss bought for me last Christmas when he bought all of his employees Christmas presents. It has words in the bottom of the cup. They're not internet appropriate words. They say 0 F words. It is very much my personality. So I got that from him and I was like, yes, this is appropriate. So I'm at the bottom of my cup of tea. I did not want to make a new cup. So I also have caramel apple sparkling water in my Halloween sippy cup. Anyway, it has been a long week. It has been an eventful week. I will get into that at the end. The first thing I want to do is go over my finished objects for the week. And I have some surprising things for this week in general. Also, I guess before we get into this, settle in, grab a snack, grab your crafting. Let's hang out for a little bit. This is a whimsical space. And now that we have set the tone into finished objects, as I've said, this was kind of an unexpected week for me. I feel like for the last couple months, I have been very predictable. I'm working on 2 pairs of socks. I start an episode, and here's a pair of socks I finished. Here's the 2 on the needles. And that's just been the thing. And I have a couple different things that I did this week. So the first one is, and for some reason this still has stitch markers on it. So 1 second. Do I have all these? I also forgot to weave in the ends. So that's nice. Love that for me. I finished my Kalara shawl, which is absolutely freaking gorgeous. I did lose patience and start increasing it twice the rate you were supposed to because I was ready to be done. I wanted the yarns to use in other things, and I believe I'm going to use this as a present for someone else. And I was like, I just want this to be over with. But I'm so happy it's done. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I still need to block it, but this is going to be the last time I show it on the channel. I will pop a picture up here of how big it is grand total, because I know as I'm holding it up, it's outside the camera in both directions. I also don't remember the designer name, but I will link this pattern down below. All of the relevant links are going to be down below, including my Instagram and my Ravelry. Because I forgot to say that in the intro. It's fine. It's a 0 F words kind of day. I love that cup so much. When I got that cup last Christmas, I literally made a routine of coming home from work and making a cup of tea, like decaf tea, every day. And I kept it up for a month or 2 in the same cup, every time. And then it warmed up and I was like, okay, it's iced tea season now. I'm not drinking hot tea when it's, 90 degrees outside, but it's very cute. It's very cute while it lasted. Anywho, the next finished objects that I have are these socks, which feel like they took forever, but actually only took an extra week than usual. These are stroll tweed. The contrast color is mustard, and no, not mustard, barley. And the main color is dill. And these are stroll tweed from Knit Picks. I just realized I forgot to tell you what the colors were on my Kalara. So I don't remember what the colorway is for the light blue, but the light blue is from Emma's sock yarn, or Emma's yarn. And then the darker color, the one that is like purple, blue, green is from Blue Barn Fiber on the squishy sock base, and that is the Raven, or it might just be Raven, Raven's Wings. I don't something. It definitely has the word Raven in it. Yeah, so that's that one completely done. This one is dill. It is not. I said in the last episode it was forest, and I lied to you. It's dill with barley, and this is my standard sock pattern, which means I did 56 stitches on size 1 flexi flips. I have a really loose gauge on flexi flips, and so I did 10 rounds of 2x2 ribbing for the cuff. I do 30 rounds for the leg, a slip stitch heel, however many rounds I need for the foot, and a square toe. So that's my standard sock pattern, and that is that pair done. I think that is going to be the last of my strolled tweed socks. I still haven't completely decided. I could change my mind at any time, but for now, that is what I've got. And then for my second pair of socks, I have one done. This is the Sunday Swing pattern. I also don't remember the designer's name. It will be linked down below. I have the first sock done. It is nice and tiny. I basically superimposed the stitch pattern onto my vanilla standard is what happened. So it is not like you're supposed to carry it all the way down the leg. I did not do that. I am using Static from Knit Picks in the color Building Blocks, and then my contrast color is Stroll. I think it's just like Stroll White is I think what it is. It was like a mini skein that I got. So the first sock is completely done, and then I have just the cuff done for the second sock, and these are going to be on hold probably until Monday, because the second pair of socks that I am making, I will show you the first one. I'm obsessed with it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Do these colors look familiar? People who've been watching the channel for a while. They should. They are the colors from the blanket I've been working on since January. And I haven't been making that much progress on it because I haven't wanted to work on it. Because it has really weird dimensions. It's not enough yarn. It's going to be a smaller size than I want it to be. And I've kind of needed to like come to Jesus about it. So I finally came to Jesus about it on Thursday and was like, I think I'm going to take it apart and make a pair of socks. So I frogged the whole thing. All of it got taken apart. I have 13 20-gram minis. I will post a picture of what that knitting process looks like for me as I keep these in order. And I am making myself a lovely pair of rainbow fade socks with them. So these are 13 colors. I have 3 rounds. Every 3 rounds I am changing the color on these. They look gorgeous. They're kind of a pain in the butt. And I'm not living my best life with these. And I also, there is no way for me to make them portable right now. So my goal is to work on these all weekend and try to get them done like by Sunday night. That is what I want to do. I am partially through the other cuff, or the other leg rather. I want to get through the other leg, do both of the heels, and then basically just like grab a ball and do like 5 rounds, and then put it away. And then I don't know what I'm going to do yet with the leftovers from that, because literally each sock is only going to have 8 rounds of each color, and I'm going to have a ton of yarn left over. I might start another blanket, a newer blanket, a different blanket that will have other yarns in it as well and be like DK weight. I might do that. I don't know yet. Haven't decided. But I'm really excited for how these are going to turn out. I'm just not loving the knitting process with them because it's like, it's very organized, but it's like too organized because it's like I just keep having to keep everything straight and like constantly stop and start and like slightly driving me nuts. I'm going to drink some tea now. The tea is done. Anywho, I also have an acquisition to show today. It looks like this. It says Happy Halloween. This is possibly a spoiler for people. This is the Chem Knits Halloween pre-order. And she is not going to post the video about how this was dyed until October 31st. I have not seen this yarn yet. I'm probably not going to work with it until after October 31st. But I want to open it. And I like to open things on camera, but I know that there are people who watch this who may have also ordered this, and you may not want to be spoiled on it. So if that is you, I will skip ahead a couple minutes. Because I do want to, like, I know that there are people who are like close your eyes and they don't describe the yarn. I don't trust myself not to immediately give all of the reactions in the world. So just fast forward a couple minutes, and because I don't know what the exact timestamp is going to be. But yeah, anywho, I have my order, just says thank you. And when I reach in here, this is her business card is in here for Come Knits. If you don't follow her channel, by the way, she's incredible. And here is the yarn itself. This is packaged the same way it was last year. I love this packaging. I save these organza bags because every holiday season, without fail, I always give a skein of yarn to someone. It happens every year. And then I can just wrap them the same way that Chem Knits did it, and it looks so good. Anyway, oh my god. There's a little stitch marker on the top. And it's a little cat. Hold on. Let me get it out of the wrapping. It's a little cat riding a broomstick. Look at it. That's so cute. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited about that. That's adorable. Okay. And I do apologize for the crinkling. So you open it up. And here is the wrapping. So I got the yak base, and does it have a name on it? This is 2025 Halloween yarn neon fluorescent pops on yak blends. It is mostly black, and then it has pops of orange and chartreuse and purple. Okay, but I love it. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love that it like fully blends in with my shirt on camera. Yeah, I'm excited. All right, I'm gonna put this down because I don't want YouTube to pick a thumbnail that's me holding that yarn up. I'll feel really bad. But anyway, that's my acquisition. That is the only yarn that I ended up buying this fall. I got so much from my friend Kaylee that I no longer need to buy yarn this fall. I don't need any. In fact, this morning I was out at breakfast with one of my friends who also knits, and she's planning to go to Rhinebeck this year, and she was like, okay, I'm going to this in October. Do you need any yarn? And I was like, I literally don't. I don't need you to look for me at Rhinebeck. Like, I'm set for life. So speaking of the contrast color on this one, I'm going so out of order today, and I apologize in advance. The contrast color is one of the yarns I got from Kaylee. It's a 2-ply, and it goes really well with the other colors, which are also 2-ply yarns. Anywho, that is all of the knitting and crafting things I have been doing. So if that is all you were here for, thank you so much for stopping by. Good to see you. Have a great week. For everyone else, let's talk about my week. It has been a week. Sad news first. We put down my roommate's dog on Monday. I will post pictures of him hither and thither. He was very old. If he had been my dog, he probably would have already gone a while ago, but he's not my dog. That's not my call. It has been very stressful being in the house with the dog that is kind of actively suffering. And so it's a lot of mixed feelings. Like, obviously I'm sad, I'm grieving, but there's also a very strong sense of relief and kind of this bittersweet sense of like having more emotional bandwidth than I've had in the last couple months because I no longer have to like set aside a certain amount of myself to care for an animal that's technically not in my care. So kind of some mixed feelings on that. But apart from that, it has been a very cozy, a very chill week around the house. Yesterday I woke up early and I baked homemade lavender scones. That was really nice. I got the recipe out of one of the books that I finished reading this week, which was from Laura Child's Tea Shop Mystery series, which I'm obsessed with, and it was The Silver Needle Murder. She owns this tea shop in Charleston, South Carolina. The main character, not the author. The main character of this book series runs a tea shop in Charleston, South Carolina, and she's kind of like this high society lady who, you know, knows all of this really in-depth knowledge about teas or whatever. And then she also ends up solving murders in her free time by gossiping with the locals. And I love cozy mysteries. Okay, like they're the best. So I made lavender scones out of the back of the book because the back of the books have recipes, and yeah, they turned out super good. I also went into Salem yesterday. I hung out with someone who I used to work with, and we got ramen at this restaurant that is both Italian food and a ramen restaurant. So that was really nice. And then we partied around. There's a new donut shop, Funhouse Donuts. Incredible. And we went to 2 tea stores, talked about that already. And yeah, had a great time doing that. I also, this very week, a new bookstore opened like a mile down the road from me. Or like maybe it's a couple miles down the road, but it's like super close to my house. And I went in there to check it out, and the owner is so nice and so lovely, and it's so cozy, and I've just been so happy that there is a new bookstore near me, like, that is just like friendly and welcoming. There is some other bookstores in my area. One of them I used to work at, and we parted on not great terms. They don't treat their employees in a sustainable way, and that kind of like, I don't go there anymore. And then the other bookstore I go to on occasion, but it's very uppity. And so I don't mind them. I've been giving them my business, but I'm just like, this isn't gonna, I don't want this to be like my home bookstore. Like they're kind of in a way. But the new bookstore, I'm like, oh, like I feel like Goldilocks. I'm like, this one fits just right. So I'm very excited about that. And yeah, I think that's all I have. I listened to other books on audiobook, but none of them really stuck out. They were books. So I'm not going to mention those. And yeah, I think that is most of the excitement about my week. So yeah, thanks so much for tuning in. I guess this was a shorter episode. We're only at 18 minutes. Did I forget to say things? I don't know. This is what I got. This is what we're doing. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Have a whimsical day, and I will see you next time. Bye.